Sound It Out Phonics brings you Learn Initial Sounds. A says A. This series of lessons has been written to accompany Reading Made Simple, a free reading and spelling program for all ages and abilities. For more information on how to teach this lesson and free resources, I recommend that you visit the website www.readingmadesimple.weebly.com. In our language, English, we have 26 letters. Altogether, they make our alphabet. In each lesson, we're going to take one letter and we're going to learn about it. Every letter has a name and a sound, and we need to learn those sounds so that we can learn to read. Let's get going, shall we? Here's the first letter of our alphabet. Its name is A, but in words it says A. A says A. Can you say that with me? A says A. That's right. Now we've got to learn that sound A, so that every time you see this letter you say A. All right. Now we're going to think of some things that begin with the sound A. Let's see what we can find. Here's something that begins with the sound A. Do you know what it is? It's an ever so tiny creature. Yes, it's an ant. Ant. Listen as I say ant. Ant. Ant begins with the sound A. Ant. Let's see what else begins with the sound A. Now you know what this is, I'm sure. An apple. Apple. Apple begins with A too. Say it with me and listen for apple as we say the word. Apple. Well done. What else do you think there might be that begins with the sound A? Here's something else. An arrow. Arrow. Say arrow with me and listen for the sound A. Arrow. Arrow. Arrow begins with, what's the sound say? A. A for arrow. What about this one? Yes, that's an ambulance, isn't it? Ambulance. Ambulance begins with A as well. Say it with me and listen carefully for our new sound. Ambulance. Ambulance. That's right. Anything else, do you think? Oh, yes. An axe. Axe. Axe begins with the sound A. There we go. A for axe. Axe. Can you say axe nice and loudly and listen for the sound A? Axe. And here's another one. Do you know what this one is? That's a bit trickier, isn't it? Ships have these. It's an anchor. Anchor. Anchors go deep down into the mud to stop the ship from moving. They're big and heavy. Anchor. Anchor. Anchor begins with the sound A. Now, can you remember the names of all of these things that we've looked at that begin with our sound? First of all, tell me, what does this letter say? This is the letter A, and it makes the sound ah. Oh, you got there before me. Right, now then, see if you can tell your parent or your teacher the names of the objects that you can see here. Give you a few minutes to do that, and you can stop the video if you need to. Right, before we finish, we're going to learn how to write the letter A. So we take our finger in the air. You can write it later, of course, if you want to, but let's just use our fingers in the air for now. We're going to start here, and we're going to come round, 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 touch the line at the bottom, up to join up our circle, and then we're going to come down for a stick. All right, let's do that one more time. I'll do it next to it here so that you can see it. Start there, round in a big circle, touch the line, join it up, and down to touch the line. Can you remember what it says? Ah, ah, that's right, well done. So let's say our letter one more time, and if you like, you can make your fingers run up your arm like a little ant, all right, as you say it. A says ah. Did you make your fingers run up your arm like an ant? Do it one more time, shall we? A says ah. Well done. That's our first reading lesson, and you've done really well. So don't forget, you can download flashcards. There's a link at the bottom on the YouTube where you can see where to get them from. And pin up the A says ah card somewhere where you can see it. And every time you go past it, you have to shout ah. All right? I'll see you for the next lesson. Bye for now.